Hi, everyone. I'm Christy Forsyth with Clarity by Christy. This is your weekly reading where we talk all about what's going on in the collective energy, the energy that is affecting each and every one of us, and how we can use that energy to make the most of the week. Because there's always this ability to use the energy to our benefit. So, this is going to help you to understand what you're feeling, what's going on for you, and how you can use it so that you can have a great week. We're going to talk about the messages that I connect with, and then we're going to dive into the tarot cards later on as we get into the reading. Make sure you guys stick around too for the tarot part because, well, most people tell me that that's the best part, that that's their favorite part. We talk about the messages and then we build on the tarot reading as we get further out. That's going to just help you to leave here with a complete picture of what's going on and what it is that you need to know. I do want to acknowledge I was having a conversation with somebody in messages this week, and she was saying to me, I think it was this week, she was saying to me how she had watched my weekly last week and felt this total shift in her energy while she was watching the video. So she was thanking me for that. And I was explaining that I guess I don't say this to you guys enough, but what happens is not only am I doing a reading for you guys and I'm talking about what's going on with the energy, but my intention always is that you guys are feeling this energy being projected to you, that I'm sending you this helpful energy, this healing energy, the energy that is, sorry, there's something going on with my eye, this energy that is meant to reach you, to help you here in this energy this week. So not only are you receiving the messages, but you're receiving an energy that comes with it. So I'll be curious, like, let me know in comments too. Have you guys noticed that when you walk away from these readings, have you noticed that you feel better, different, more prepared to navigate the week ahead? And maybe because some of you guys are so sensitive to energy, maybe you're sensing an energy, maybe you're feeling a shift. I would love to hear if that's happening for you. How are you guys doing in this energy that we have going on? I would love to hear from you. Hi, Erin. Oh, it's so nice to see you on here. Yeah, I don't think I've seen you here live, or at least it's been a while if I have seen you. So welcome. I'm so glad to have you here. Say hi if you're watching live. Let me know how you're doing. How are you guys feeling? Like we're just a day. We had the full moon yesterday. It's a full moon in Cancer. Can be a very emotional energy. Anybody feeling really emotional? Anybody feeling their emotions really heightened? I had a heck of a time trying to fall asleep last night. I always do. I usually do with the full moon. Did anybody have trouble with sleep? Are you feeling just more intuitive, more aware? Are you sensing some things? Let me know how that's been feeling for you. And I've been reminding people all day, like, if you're feeling extra emotional, like, just hang in there. We're going to get this too shall pass. It's not always that serious, and it can seem really serious around the full moon. And then all of a sudden it's gone. And we're like, I don't even know why I was upset. Like, I feel totally better. Aaron saying yesterday I was crying all day. Today I feel kind of magic. No sleep at all last night. Yeah. Same. Yeah, like we can feel really emotional. I definitely cried yesterday too. And we're feeling it. Yeah, Jessica saying I'm feeling like I'm in some sort of shift. Could not fall asleep great last night. Yeah, like you're feeling the shifts, right? Barbara saying, hi, waiting for a CT scan result, and I'm nervous, wrecked, definitely not sleeping. Okay, Barbara, I'm sending you so much just calming, peaceful energy. I want you to just take it and receive it. Anybody who needs that calm, that peace, just close your eyes, take a minute, breathe that in, receive that energy, choose to receive it. That's really scary, and I'm sorry that you're dealing with that. I'm sending you that energy just to help carry you through. When you can connect with the angelic energy, it really is like just this peace that can carry you through, because the truth is that we're always supported, we're always protected. And so we want to tune in with that as often as we can. So I'm sending that your way. I'm sending that to anybody who needs it. I know that there have been times throughout my life when I've really needed that the angels have stepped in and just provided me with that energy, and it's given me the strength that I needed to get through certain things that I'm convinced I wouldn't have before. So I do want to acknowledge, so Jessica's saying feeling some sort of shift. Yeah, we're in a totally new era. When Pluto shifted into Aquarius, it brought us into a new era. And I've been talking about this, but I do want to come back to this idea that in 2025, we have all of the planets changing signs, if you count Pluto having already shifted into Aquarius. So this is really significant, and probably it's just not something that we have experienced. And so we have a lot of shakeups. We can probably expect we're going to have a lot of shifting, and it is going to truly feel like a totally new era. So we want to make sure that we're acknowledging that. We want to make sure that we are honoring that, and that we're willing to just, well, not just, because this is tricky, but that we're willing to go with the flow of where the flow is taking us, and trusting in that process. But because of it, it can really feel like a shift. And we had the South Node and the North Node shift here this week as well. And that, I really felt a shift with that. That felt really significant. And I think that we can kind of just expect it's going to be shift after shift after shift. And if we can kind of just expect, I'm going to feel changes, I'm going to see changes, and my life is changing, the collective is changing, the world is changing. And so if we can kind of just be open to that and treat it like it's an adventure, treat it with, I was saying in a live that I did yesterday, from a place of curiosity and adventure, and that word for the year, wonder, right? If we can kind of just treat it with wonder, because there's a lot of magic that's unfolding and that's about to unfold, we're going to not only get through it, but I think that it's going to be a really great year for us. So it's just a matter of being open to all that is unfolding. And it's so funny that we're talking about that, because I called this video something like, you're going to need to do it in a different way. And that's it, right? We're in a new era. We're different people. We have done a lot of work on ourselves. We will continue to do a lot of work on ourselves. We will continue to be different from week to week, month to month. And so we need to be open to this idea that we're going to need to approach situations in a different way. So what that means is, like, those old dusty ways that we have been doing things, those old patterns, even those old connections, like it's time for things to go. This is such a year and such a week of closing doors and locking them, of being willing to let go of the way that we've always done things, because we understand that we're not the same, and that old keys don't unlock new doors. And so if we can honor that and be willing to change it up, I think that we're going to have really great things happening. We've already been feeling this, right? It has already felt like a new era. And so now, excuse me, we just have to lean into it. We have to be willing to let it carry us, and to know that things are different. And so as we choose, because it's a choice, to approach things in a different way, we're going to get different results. The past doesn't have to dictate the future. In fact, it's not going to dictate the future. Well, I guess it can. If you say, you know what, forget you, Christy, I'm going to just do it my way, and I'm going to do it the same damn way I've been doing it every week, every month, my whole life, fine. Do it your way. You have free will, and you get to choose that. And that's a path too. And there's no judgment with that. But you have this beautiful opening to do it in a different way. For us to approach it from this version of ourselves that we have been working on, that we have become, because we are not the same. Do any of you feel like you're the same person that you were a year ago? I certainly don't. I don't feel like I'm the same person that I was 2 months ago, even a month ago. There's just this transformation that's happening for all of us. And so we have to be willing to approach it differently. And be open to all of that. And I think that part of what we're looking for right now is new paradigms. So what do I mean when I say a paradigm? A paradigm is really just stories that we're telling ourselves, a way of viewing the world, a way of approaching the world. And so right now we want to be looking for opportunities for a new paradigm, for a new story to be telling ourselves. So if you catch yourself, for example, trying to lean into something new and to explore some different things, and you catch yourself having some of those same old thoughts that you used to have, it's a beautiful opportunity to take a look at that and say, you know what? I'm not going to choose to see it in the same way anymore. I'm not going to choose to approach the situation with my guard up in the same way. I'm not going to have my defenses that I've always used. I'm going to let those be. I'm going to let my armor down. I'm going to choose to approach this in a vulnerable way, for example. So that willingness to see it differently, approach it differently, that willingness maybe to be more hopeful, or maybe to trust that it can be easier, or to trust that good things can happen, to trust that it's safe to be happy. Are you guys noticing that? I feel like there's so many people right now that are just like right there, and they're feeling happier, they're feeling more peaceful, they're seeing more ease. There's a lot of good things that are starting to happen, and they want to like go back into old patterns and shut down and do those behaviors that they know are self-sabotaging and aren't helpful to them, because like it's like you're looking at the happiness and that feels really scary. And I think that it's a really beautiful, vulnerable thing to be willing to admit that, and to be willing to look at that and to say, you know what, even though I haven't been hopeful about this before, now I'm willing to do that. So how can I shift my thoughts and my actions, my behaviors, to reflect the kind of life that I want to create now, the kind of life that I am creating now? Because you are already creating it. You already have created it in so many ways. So what do those paradigms look like? And I think that there's so many opportunities in this energy to find that and to see that and to approach that. So I want to invite you guys to do that. I'm curious, like, just respond in comments if you feel called, but how many of you are noticing that you're feeling called to approach a situation, a person, something in a different way? Are you noticing that? Because so many of you are intuitive and you're already feeling this stuff. You're already feeling that and recognizing it and noticing that. So I would be curious, and you could just say yes. You don't have to tell me what that is, or I would love to hear what that is. So how do we need to think? How do we need to act in order to be that? And it's important right now that we're willing to lean into the new beginnings, that this flow that we've been in is taking us. Mario saying career. Yeah. Barb saying yes. Aaron saying yep. We feel it. We know it to the core of us. And we know in our knowing, in our intuition, that it gets to look different. It's because we're making it different. It's because we're willing to make it different. And if you're not willing to make it different, then it won't be different. But we have an opening here, and I think that this is really powerful. And part of that opening, I've been saying this for a while now, is to be willing to lean in, to be willing to be vulnerable, to be willing to approach things from a more open-hearted place. And that can be really difficult. And also to be willing, I think that this energy, and I did pull one card before we started from my Oracle deck because I was just curious, and I pulled the Bear card. And the Bear card is the healing card. Look at that. Like, what a perfect card for this winter that we're in, this time of reflection. We're still in some retrogrades, Mars retrograde, kind of slowing us down a bit, asking for us to take a look at some things. And so there is this healing that's happening. Where are you healing? Where are you healing your thoughts? Where are you healing your choices? Where are you healing so that you can show up in a different way? There's a lot that's happening with this. Or maybe how you're showing up in a different way is a willingness to look at the healing that you need to do, is a willingness to take on the healing that we need to do. Because I think so often we approach our healing from a place of, let me just set that over there and I'll deal with it eventually. But what if instead, when we feel emotional and we're crying a lot because it's a Cancer full moon and we're just feeling it anyway, what if we just let that flow through us and we let ourselves experience it? I find that when you just allow the emotion to flow through you, I think the research says it only lasts a minute and a half if you don't fight it, if you just let it flow through you without fighting it at all. So what if we just allow it as an experience that we're having from this place of, this is coming up for me for a reason, and so let me feel it and heal it and clear it. And then we come back to moving differently, approaching things differently, and we kind of just keep honoring this healing process. We know within ourselves how we need to heal and what that needs to look like. So can we simply honor that? I think that that's going to be so huge and important. Erin is saying relationship stuff. Yeah, I'm going to do the cards a little bit differently. So I'm going to call them out as I pull them, and then we're going to go back through them all as we go. So we have the Page of Wands to start. So let me know, where are you guys feeling that call to change things? Judgment, we're making important decisions, right? Where are you feeling called to change things? Or how is that showing up for you? How is this energy showing up for you this week? And I'm setting the intention as we pull these cards that you are getting whatever you need out of these messages, that you're connecting with whatever you need. I also, as I'm pulling these cards, I'm very aware. I've had the conversation with people a lot this week about detachment. So learning how to be intentional with our lives, to set intentions, to ask for what we want through prayer, or to be intentional, to set intentions, to do some form of intentional manifestation. Next card, Hanged Man, reverse, Hangman in reverse. To do that, and then to be willing to do that from to be willing from that point forward to do that from a place of detachment. Right? To know that it's going to come how it's meant to come for us. And it might come in a way that's different, or it might happen in a way that's better for us. Justice card upright. Wow, this is like big energy this week. A lot of change. Oh, here it's coming. Okay. Oh, the Chariot card. This is a lot of major arcana cards. Let's see. So 1, 2, 3, 4 out of the 5 cards. I'm going to pull 6. Major arcana cards. So this is a very destined week. This is a lot that's shifting. Again, you're going to need or want to be willing to do it in a different way so that you can take advantage of, this is life-changing energy. This is major stuff. Are you willing? Are you up for the challenge? Let me know. Let me know in comments. Say I'm up for the challenge. I've got this. Claim it. Name it, be willing to call it. Last card, 3 of Wands. So let's go through them. So the first card, Page of Wands. The Page of Wands, I just get this energy of, as much as there's things changing, and maybe we're feeling discomfort with the change, and discomfort even with like the joyous things that are happening because it feels a little uncomfortable. There's also this energy of, but I'm also really excited about it. I'm also loving where this is taking me. Like it's like this childlike wonder, excitement. I don't know where this is going. I don't know what's going to happen, but I'm also really excited about it. And it's okay to get excited. That's what I feel like I need to say. It's okay to be happy, and it's okay to get excited. It's okay for good things to happen. I think like we get so jaded and we get so guarded and protective, but good things happen in this world too. And so what are you excited about? And this might be something new. This might be something that you're working on, and it's really wonderful. And it's maybe you're just starting to take action on something, to move in a different way. This can sometimes be about moving in a different way so that you get a different result. So be really aware. Like if you've already learned certain lessons in your life and you've already made certain choices, and you know, like, oh yeah, that doesn't work for me, then don't move the same way. Don't make the same choice. Show up as a better version of yourself, because we have really been working on that for a long time. So do it. And also, this is about, I feel like there's so much with this card, but it's about, and we have two wands, right? The only two minor arcana cards that we have here are wands. That's like passion, excitement, like follow your bliss, follow your passion, follow your excitement, even if it scares you. The next card that we have is the Judgment card. And the Judgment card is, we're making big decisions, right? We're deciding, am I going to go backwards? Am I going to live in the past? Am I going to stay stuck in my trauma, stay stuck in what didn't work out, stay stuck in what was hurtful? Or am I willing to do it differently? Am I willing to enter into this new era and truly treat it like it is a new era? Because if you don't treat it like it's a new era, you're going to get more of the same. And that's what this is. So we're making decisions, and people around us are making decisions too. And we're all bouncing off of one another, I always like to say. So as other people make decisions, we have to make decisions in response to their decisions as well. And we're creating some really magical things together if we're choosing to do better for ourselves, to trust that good things happen. So I really love to see that. And also with the Judgment card, there's a lot of naked people on it. And in the tarot, that always is a symbol for vulnerability. So I do get the sense like that's part of the issue, right? Is like that we've been taught to not be vulnerable or to not let ourselves be vulnerable, because sometimes that does get us hurt, but we can handle it. No matter where this goes, follow where the path is leading and follow the excitement. That's going to guide you. The excitement is going to be your yellow brick road. Okay. Like what you're passionate about, what you're drawn to, even if you can't explain it, that's going to be your yellow brick road. But we're making decisions. And I think also we're making decisions to leave some things behind that just need to stay in the past. This is so important. And I think that we're seeing a lot clearly. You know, we like full moons, I always say, have this way of shining a light on things, shining a light on what we need to see, what we need to know, what we need to understand. What are you being shown right now? What are you understanding better right now? And what are you going to do about it? Because that's so key. And by the way, when I said, what are you going to do about it? Oh, wow. And right there, it was at 2222 on the timer. What are you going to do about it? Making sure that you are honoring that. That is key here this week. And again, this is like, the Hangman isn't just like, oh, I kind of get that, or that makes sense. This is things we've been reflecting on, things we've been thinking on. These are major aha moments that help to support us in making those decisions that we need to make for our best life. This is so powerful. And then another major arcana card, the Justice card. It's like, I just feel like this is a message like, it gets to be good. It gets to be great. It gets to be wonderful. Why would you not believe, as somebody who tunes into this stuff, there's a part of you that believes in magic. There's a part of you believes that you can create beautiful things for your life and that things can be better and that you have a lot to look forward to. There's a part of you that believes that, or you wouldn't have made it through these messages this far. You would have been like, this is not for me. She is not for me. The people who follow me, like you believe in magic on some level because I'm here to show you the magic. And so we have this Justice card that's just saying it gets to be good. It gets to come into balance. Maybe something is coming into balance for you. Maybe something is, as you understand things better, you're starting to understand like, yeah, that worked out pretty well for me. That's the sense that I get. Like we're seeing where maybe some things that didn't go so well in the past, we're now understanding that it led us where we need to be, right? What's that song? Bless the broken road that led me to you, right? Like bless the broken road that led us to where we are. And so we are going to have these moments, and maybe we already are, where we're understanding that. And we didn't have the enlightenment. We didn't have the understanding. We weren't making the decisions before. Sorry, I'm dropping the cards. To be there and to get there. But now we get it. And we can make our choices from that place. And we also know, I've been saying 2025, very karmic year. So if you are out there doing things the wrong way, doing things from a place of deception or not honoring other people's boundaries or to intentionally harm people, that's going to come back to you really quickly, really easily. Probably not the people who are watching this far into my video, because again, tends to not be who follows me, but that's just, this is where we are. And so we want to make sure that what we're putting out there is good. And that includes the beliefs that we have for ourselves and for our lives, and the way that we talk to ourselves and the way that we see ourselves. Like, I just feel like I need to say, you deserve it. So just enjoy it. Let yourself lean into all of that. Oh, I love that. So Barbara says she listened to that song on the way to her appointment. Okay, so that's a sign for you. You're good. Everything's going to be okay. Like, I just even feel emotional as I'm talking about it. You're good. So take that message. Yeah. And it's time to move forward. The Chariot has no rear view mirror, right? We can reflect and we can heal, but then we move forward. The past doesn't have to dictate the future. It's time for us to move forward, but the Chariot is all about letting God take the reins. The Chariot, like, he doesn't have control over this. And maybe he's said, this is where I'd like to go, but he has to trust that these Sphinx are going to carry the Chariot where it needs to go. There are no reins. He is not in control. And if you think that you're in control, you're not, right? Your control, your source of control, your ability to control is entirely based in your ability to create and set intentions. That's where your power is. So be intentional with your time, your energy, what you focus on, what you're allowing in your experience, what your thoughts are. That's where your power is. And then you hand the rest up. You leave it to God, or the universe, whatever that is for you. Just let it be led. And I'm just like very aware of the star that he has on his crown there, or she. I think it's a he. And so, like, this is just that awareness and that wisdom and that knowing. And we get to take everything that we've learned, everything that we've experienced. That's the whole point anyway. And we get to apply it. But what I want you to understand is, like, this isn't about applying it in such a way where you say, well, that didn't work out for me before, so it's going to go bad this time. Instead, we learn from it and we allow it to make us better and to show up in a better way. But we also know that we can use these lessons to show up better and to create a better experience. Last card that we have here is the Three of Wands. So the Three of Wands. Be willing to step out into new experiences. I think that there's a lot that's coming to us, but I also think that we have to be willing to meet it in the middle. We've had the Three of Wands so many times lately in these readings, and it's because we have to be willing to meet the universe, to meet God in the middle, and to say, okay, I'm going to invest myself in this. And the investment is the hope, the faith, the willingness to believe something a little bit better than you believed before, the willingness to just lean into this new era and trust where it's taking you, and to trust your role as a co-pilot of your life. So this is really beautiful. I love this. These messages, like, can you guys feel the power of this week? I hope you use it. I hope you love it. I hope that you lean in and you're willing to do things differently, because it is absolutely going to serve you. I love you all. Thank you so much. Thank you guys so much for the engagement today. I always love to hear from you and what's going on. If you're watching this on the replay, please still engage. I love to hear from you. I try to respond to every comment or acknowledge every comment, and I love to hear from you guys. So let me know. It's nice to hear too that, like, it's not going out into a void somewhere. So let me know you're seeing this. Let me know you made it to the end. Share this, like this, comment, whatever you feel called to do. It all helps. I love you all. I appreciate you all. And I will see you soon with another video. Take care.